welcome to the latest episode of the Two Robbies Podcast, your destination for in-depth discussion and analysis of the Premier League. I'm Robbie Mustoe, he's Robbie Earle, and this is a very special, shortened version of the Two Robbies Podcast. Of course, we're here on location in Chicago. We have had an amazing
incredible time.
Fan fest.
We've got some friends with us as well. I mean, we've come to Chicago, they call it the Windy City. It was a rainy city as well this weekend, but I tell you what, didn't dampen any of the spirits of the Chicago fans and what they think of the Premier League. Rob, just talk about the fan fest itself. I think 9,000 people here over a couple of days, record numbers for the Premier League. This thing just gets bigger and bigger, doesn't it?
It does get bigger and bigger, and the expectation gets higher, and Chicago met it full on. I mean, our situation here with the set, we've like an avenue of trees here, and it was absolutely packed out all the way through for 2 days. Of course, with all that rain as well, we got to meet many of the fans who we had a great time at Wrigley Field with the Chicago Cubs game, with the hot dogs and a couple of beers, and we had a really
the seventh, what was it? The
seventh inning stretch.
Seventh inning stretch.
Out to the ball game. That was kind of a highlight as well.
That was up there. I've had so many of my friends saying, that's a big deal, by the way.
I think it's quite an honour to do that.
It's quite a big deal. And just meeting the Chicago people and being here and being thanked and connecting with them, Rob. It's a city that always has good numbers when we talk about viewership. Yeah. It's nice to see it, feel it, and meet the people.
Yeah, I always wonder which big teams are represented well.
Yeah.
And I know we've got some Arsenal fans here, and they really did represent their club very well. Liverpool, yes, they had a lot of fans there. United fans as normal, but
you say that, I saw a lot of Brighton fans here.
There was a lot of Brighton fans, and some Bournemouth fans.
Bournemouth fans,
as well. Yeah. So, Rob, again, we're just going to go over the biggest stories from the last couple of days. We've got to start with
the biggest game
on Sunday, of course. We've just finished watching it. Manchester City 2, Arsenal 2.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure where to start.
I'm going to start with my headline that Arsenal have earned a newfound respect by Manchester City with what happened today. Arsenal went down to 10 men, played pretty much 45 minutes with 10 men against Manchester City, the best attacking team in the country, and in the end were probably disappointed and slightly unfortunate to concede a goal late on to make it 2-2. There's a new respect about Arsenal, mentally, physically, skillfully, all the things you want to tick this Arsenal team had, and again, they'll be going on the coach back to London disappointed they didn't make it 3 points.
Let's just get to the controversial stuff.
Okay.
So, of course, that the goal where the captains go in, that goal where the foul was taken from the wrong place.
Holland scores first, doesn't he? Gets City up. We talked about the threat that he'd be 10 Premier League goals for him. Yeah. We think, OK, City are going to dominate. And then the game changes a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, just on that free kick situation. I know that Pep Guardiola and Kyle Walker weren't very happy at all. It's a great Calafiori goal to bring him back into the game. And then I thought Arsenal looked strong. Another set-piece goal to take them ahead.
Yeah, Gabriel.
And at that point, by the way, before Roger injury and before the
Trossard
sending off, I thought Arsenal looked very comfortable.
Yeah.
To go on and be comfortable.
At 2-1, it looked like they might be able to hang on and get the third goal that would put City in trouble.
But the Trossard second yellow card
is a massive thing.
So initially, I think there was some confusion.
Yeah.
We certainly thought it was for the push in the back of
Trossard. For the foul on Bernardo Silva.
Which we all agree were that's really harsh for a push in the back. We later found out it was for him kicking the ball away.
Yeah, delaying the free kick.
So letter of the law, it's kind of...
I still think it's harsh. I thought Trossard was in the action of jumping. As he lands, I think he's trying to think he's going to challenge for the ball, and the referee blows a decision and goes against him. I didn't like this decision. I've got to be honest, Rob. For me,
it's just you don't know whether he heard the whistle.
Correct.
The whistle is done for the foul, and he kind of clears the ball.
I mean, the thing is, this happened to Declan Rice, isn't it, against Brighton? And you made a really interesting point. Arsenal have got to be so sure that they don't let themselves down in these kind of moments because their football, Rob, and the structure of the club is good enough to challenge Man City.
But second half, let's tip our hat to where the Arsenal defended.
Oh, wow.
It was kind of 5 at the back.
Yeah,
it was 4 in midfield, nobody up front. Yeah. And an exceptional performance from David Raya, by the way.
The goalkeeper.
Which we didn't get a chance really of time to talk too much about it. We didn't have time to show some of the amazing...
He's gone another level,
some of the saves he made in that second
half. Think about
half.
what he's done against Villa, he did against Inter, and he's done recently. Yeah. This fella's...
He's really stepped up.
Yeah.
But the goal did come from John Stones laid on Rob. And just in terms of the bigger picture now, looking forward with those two, with that result... I know that you thought Man City are going to win the league again.
Yeah.
I feel that Arsenal this time are going to find a way to do it. Okay. Anything different just before we move on to another
No,
games?
If I was thinking different, Arsenal would have got the 3 points, which I think they deserved. But I just find that City will find a way with this football, with that centre forward, with the quality they have, they'll get 5 for 5.
Listen, we've got to touch on the other couple of big stories from the weekend. And Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0 is something that we've got to talk about because they were poor against Nottingham Forest. They lost the game at Anfield to that one. This was much better. They had a good victory in Europe, in the league. Is this the real Liverpool, Rob, compared to the Forest game?
I think so. What I liked was it wasn't reliant on Mo Salah goals. Luis Diaz is in exceptional form, 5 goals in 5 Premier League games for him. I thought the Darwin Núñez goal was so important for the player, for really the club, for the squad. You know, first goal in the Premier League since April. He's going to be an important part of the competitions that Liverpool play in, and it was so good that he got a goal, get some confidence. I think Arne Slot will find a way of getting the best out of Darwin Núñez, and if he does, it gives them another option at the top end of the pitch.
You know what's interesting? Again, we're kind of limited at time a little bit, but I think a couple of goals from Liverpool were from long balls. So we all know they're going to be patient, they're going to try and play the way through.
Played the long
but a couple of long balls that
to
use, the front two linked up really well for Núñez's goal there when he bent it in. So really important for him. So really good bounce back from Liverpool. I look at a league table, Rob, they're sat in second place right now. Liverpool on 12 points, just 1 point behind Manchester City. Another team, Rob, that a lot of talk about, the off-the-field situation and what was going on and who's running this place, and they're buying all the players there's ever on the market, the young ones. Chelsea Football Club, with that performance, another really impressive performance in the London derby away at the London Stadium against West Ham United. They went 3-0. And just the way that they are playing, and that boy up front, Nicholas Jackson, that sometimes looks a little uncomfortable in possession. He's an old-fashioned centre forward that runs in behind whenever he gets a chance. Whenever he can face that goal and any ball played in behind, his finishing is getting better. Him and a few words for Chelsea.
Well, Nicholas Jackson, 23 years of age. There's still another couple of years of development, of growth, of maturity that's to come. Everybody talks about the ones he misses, not the ones he scores. This guy's got the capacity to get 20-plus goals a season if he concentrates and keeps working on his finishing. And under a manager who's starting to set them up, you're starting to see a pattern.
It's very much a pattern.
Moises Caicedo, my friend, is starting to mature into the player that I think Chelsea thought they bought. There's a feel about Chelsea. Keep your head down, keep focused, keep working with this manager. It could actually be a decent season.
What I remembered, I think it might have been Arsene Wenger who said, with young players under 23, you don't know what you get. You don't know what you've got. Now, this Chelsea squad, many of them are under 23 years of age. So I think I said earlier in the weekend, we don't know what the ceiling is for this team. We don't know what their potential is. Now, that's going to take a little bit of time to mature and these young players to get to their best. We don't know how good some of these guys are going to be. Maybe Nicholas Jackson's going to be a 25-goal-a-game season. Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Wesley Fofana. There's so many young players that could grow with this manager, and maybe not this season challenging for the title.
No.
But I know it's early yet, and things might go a little awry, but I thought Chelsea were particularly impressive this weekend.
Could be a decent cup team. Got the quality, Robin, and the backup to be decent. A couple of other results that we talk about. Fulham 3, Newcastle 1. Really good day for Marco Silva and Fulham move. I think surprised one or two people. And Emile Smith-Rowe is proving to be a very, very key signing for them.
Another good one when you look at the list. Aston Villa 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. They go 1-0 down. Villa Park get fired up. They get the first goal.
After Champions League as well, by the way. We talked about Champions League might be the thing that affect him. Doesn't seem to affect him. Won at Young Boys. Won again. Unai Emery's got things ticking along nicely.
Just finally, Rob, Manchester United away at Crystal Palace 0-0.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't look a great result. I thought they played really well.
Didn't take the chances.
build-up play was pretty controlled. No drama too much at the back. They missed a couple of chances. That was better for me. And I know, they're mid-table right now, 11th after 5 games. Not great, but that was better. And Ten Hag's got to build on that and obviously start scoring the goals to get some.
It was interesting. We were talking to Patrick Vieira, Premier League winner and Premier League manager, who just talked about that top end of the pitch being a little bit more clinical to give them the chance.
And also like experience. He said that the experience of those guys, Garnacho and Ahmad and that, they're still a little bit younger, but fun.
My friend, we are in the Windy City. It was the rainy city. We have had a blast. Friends and family all around. Couldn't have been much better. It was honours even in the big game at the Etihad. A fantastic game, lots going on. I'm Earle, he's Mustoe, together with the two Robbies. Thanks for watching and listening. Be safe, stay healthy. It's a good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
Good night.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And if you want even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.